It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. China conducts military exercises amid tensions with the United States. Beijing held live fire. Okay? Check this out. Beijing held live fire. That means those rounds are lethal. Live fire drills near the Taiwan Strait, just as United States lawmaker Nancy Pelosi began her controversial Asia trip. So China is not playing around with you guys, okay? The Lord is putting a warrior-like spirit on China. They're not playing with you guys, okay? They're sick and tired of the United States intervention of those artificial islands, especially Taiwan. So China's People Liberation Army, PLA, has launched military exercises off the coast of Fujian province, just across the strait between the mainland and Taiwan. Live fire drills were publicly announced amid rising tensions with Washington over self-governing island status. The drills were scheduled to be held from 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 p.m. at night on Saturday near the Pingtan Islands off the coast of Fujian. The official Xinhua news agency cited the PLA as saying Pingtan maritime officials, which Mari means ocean or water. So basically they're doing drills in the ocean on warships. So the Pingtan maritime officials had issued a warning ordering all ships to steer clear of the area during the exercises. The announcement offered no details on the weaponry or unit that would be tested during the drills. Pingtan is directly between the mainland and Taiwan, which Beijing considers a breakaway province and part of China's sovereign territory. Chinese officials issued repeated warnings this month that a planned trip by the United States House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D. California, to Taiwan will undermine America's relationship with China and could provoke a military response. Pelosi departed for Asia on Friday, reportedly with plans for visits to Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and Singapore. A stop in Taiwan was listed on her itinerary as tentative, according to NBC News. Pelosi will be the highest-ranking U.S. government official to visit Taiwan since House Speaker Newt Gingrich traveled to Taipei in 1997. Unlike Pelosi, however, Gingrich did not represent Washington's ruling party at the time of Official U.S. policy is acknowledged without endorsing Beijing's claim to sovereignty over Taiwan. Tensions over the island's republic have escalated in recent months, partly on trips to Taipei by the United States politicians. Chinese President Xi Jinping warned United States President Joe Biden in a telephone call on Thursday that Beijing wouldn't tolerate external interference in China's dealings with Taiwan. Those who play with fire will perish by it. He told Biden it's hoped that the United States will be clear-eyed about this. The PLA may have been referring to Saturday's drill when it posted a social media message saying, "Prepare for war." And I did an article on that before, on how China made a threat to the United States saying, "Prepare for war." The post reportedly stirred a strong, keep that in mind, okay, strong public reaction in China, including hundreds of thousands of thumbs ups on the Sina Weibo. Xi and other Chinese officials have reportedly said that China reserves the right to reunify Taiwan by force. As you see right there, okay, that is a tweet, and that is pretty much the end of this article. With that, I'm going to leave off with that because this is all prophecy, okay? And a matter of fact, these are the words of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He prophesied of this more than 2,000 years ago. Matthew 24 verse 6, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet." As you see right there. We're hearing of wars, right? We're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. Now, let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Okay? Because there are prophecies in the Old Testament of the Holy Scriptures which have not taken place, but will happen in the future or is happening in the present. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." Hey, prepare war. Wait, let's read that again. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." The Gentiles are the Chinese, the North Koreans, the South Koreans. All three of them are Moabites. The Japanese are the biblical Ammonites. So-called white people are the biblical Edomites. The Africans are the biblical Hamites. The Hawaiians are the biblical Japhites. The Arabians are the biblical Ishmaelites. The East Indians are the biblical Elamites. So these are your Gentiles of Joel 3 and 9. Furthermore, if your father's lineage on your father's side does not go back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, you will be a heathen, a Gentile. If you are not an Israelite, if you're the Israelites are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. If your father's lineage on your father's side does not go back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, then you're not an Israelite. That will make you a Gentile. I'll say it once more. The Israelites are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. So if your father's lineage on your father's side does not go back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, then you are not an Israelite. So Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So the key point there is what? Prepare war. And what are the Chinese people doing? They are preparing for war. So with that, I'ma say shalom is on to the next one.